scrubbing method which took forever but eventually got going. And yes, I am aware of how that sounds out of context. I wanted to test myself to see if I could get something going for when I eventually did off the grid camping. It took a minute, but the food I cooked over the flame that night tasted sweeter because of it. That night was a new moon and it was pitch black. The only light was my fire, which I kept burning bright, and my gas lantern. After I had finished reading my book for the night and doused my fire, I decided to walk the backyard. Not totally sure why I wanted to do this, but I felt compelled. I started in the front right corner and worked my way around the fence counterclockwise. If my neighbors saw me, they'd assume I was up to no good, but thankfully they were old and it was late. I didn't see anything along the fence, which was not surprising. I don't know what the hell I expected to find, but I kept going. When I got to the far right corner, I stopped and stared into the backyard of the neighbors directly behind us. I couldn't see much. They had a line of hedges that worked like a privacy fence. The people that lived there were new to the area and my parents had met them and chatted between the fences. They seemed nice. Their backyard was spotless. As I moved along our cyclone fence, I noticed something clinging to the top railing. I swung my lamp around and saw a clump of dried mud that looked like it had been scrapped on the metal. I walked over and touched it and it crumbled and fell to the ground. That's when I saw footprints. The same ones I had seen in the morning in front of my tent. Someone had been there and it sure as hell wasn't my dad. I froze and didn't know what to think. I suddenly became very aware that I was alone in the darkest night of the month. I decided not to check out the rest of the fence and slowly walked backwards towards my tent. I didn't know if anyone was watching, but I wanted to be ready to run in case they were. Then I heard the gate to my backyard open. In a flash, I quickly shut off my lantern. The darkness was sudden and terrifying. I wanted to run to my house, but whatever was back here now was closer to the back door than I was and they would absolutely catch me. I was stuck. I ducked down and squatted down along the fence line. I held onto my lantern because, if it came down to it, I was going to bash this into the face of whatever the hell had come into our yard. I didn't realize it at first, but I had started to shiver from fear. Whoever walked into my backyard didn't close the gate behind them. My guess was they wanted it for an easy escape route for when they finished. I didn't even want to think about what they wanted to finish. My eyes started to adjust to the darkness, but I still could barely make out anything. I saw my tent. The fabric wavered a bit in the breeze, and then I saw a figure walk near it. It was a man and he was big. He moved slowly, methodically, around the tent. He was like an animal stalking its prey. I had kept the windows and door all zipped up, and if he was going to get in, he was going to have to risk unzipping the tent and waking me up. The man stopped and stared back out at the house. Then he took something out from his waistband. It was a knife. He slowly moved away from the tent and made his way over to the back door. I knew it was unlocked because my parents wanted a way for me to come inside if I got too cold or scared. He was heading inside and my parents were fast asleep. I needed to do something, but my mind was all over the place. I heard him walking up the deck stairs towards the back door and I knew I was running out of time. I grabbed my lantern and tossed it as hard as I could to the opposite side.